Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Digital Future AI School, where we learn the technology of the future today. Today, we are going to discuss a very important and timely topic: Islamic ethical principles for using artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is transforming the world. Governments are rewriting laws, companies are reinventing their systems, and individuals are redefining their careers. But the real question is AI just a technology, or is it also a moral responsibility? In this chapter, professionally compiled by Mr. Zaheer Ahmad Meer, we will explore how the timeless principles of the Quran and Sunnah can guide intelligent systems in the 21st century. Islam does not fear technology. Islam gives technology direction. Today, we will see how Islamic values such as justice, privacy, accountability, dignity, and truthfulness can shape the design, development, and use of AI. Let's build an AI future that is not only intelligent, but also ethical.
All right, let's jump right in. We are living in a wild time, aren't we? Artificial intelligence is literally changing everything we know, how we do business, how we connect with each other, even what we believe is true. But what if I told you that a 1,400-year-old roadmap, an ancient ethical framework, already has some incredibly powerful answers for this brand new technology? It's pretty amazing when you think about it. Assalamu alaikum. A very warm welcome back to our channel, Digital Future AI School, which is all researched by Mr. Zaheer Ahmad Meer. I'm your host, and this is episode 30. We're pulling our insights today from the book AI, Your Smartest Partner in Life and Work, also researched by Mr. Zaheer Ahmad Meer. So today we are tackling a huge topic: how timeless Islamic ethical principles can give us a powerful, and I mean really powerful, framework to guide how we build and use artificial intelligence. You know, to really get a handle on Islam's view of technology, you have to go all the way back to the beginning, the very first word, the first command revealed in the Quran. What do you think it was? It wasn't pray, it wasn't believe, it was Iqra, which means read. Think about that. The foundation is built on seeking knowledge, on learning, on exploring. So from this perspective, AI isn't some scary monster to be avoided. No, it's actually the next great frontier in our sacred duty to learn and understand the world. But, and this is a huge but, that pursuit of knowledge comes with a giant asterisk, a critical condition. Islamic teachings are crystal clear on this. Knowledge, especially powerful knowledge, must be tied to a strong moral compass. It's like having a supercar with no brakes. The Quran warns over and over again about causing mischief on earth. And what could cause more mischief than powerful technology used wrongly? So the rule is simple. Any innovation, especially something as game-changing as AI, has to be a tool for good, to build the world up, not tear it down. So where do we even start building these ethical guardrails? Well, it all kicks off with one core, unshakable idea: putting the human being right at the absolute center of everything. At its heart, this whole framework is about protecting our dignity and making sure we stay accountable, especially as our right now implications for how we have to think about AI. It changes the entire conversation. So let's play this out. An AI makes a mistake, a big one. Who's to blame? Well, from an Islamic perspective, it's not even a question. The machine is just a tool. It's like blaming a hammer for hitting your thumb. The responsibility 100% of the time falls on the human, the person who designed it, the company that deployed it, the person who used it. You can't just throw your hands up and say, hey, the algorithm did it. That excuse just doesn't fly. Period. Now, this next idea, this is absolutely crucial. It's a concept called karama. Karama is the sacred, God-given dignity that every single human being has. It doesn't matter who you are, what you believe, or where you're from. This isn't just a nice thought. It's a non-negotiable red line. It's a fundamental principle that tells us exactly where technology must stop. So let's make this real. What does disrespecting karama actually mean when we're talking about AI? It means that any AI that insults you, shames you, spies on you, or tries to manipulate your emotions is fundamentally wrong. It's a violation. And this speaks directly to the scariest things we're seeing today, right? Think about deep fakes designed to humiliate someone, or algorithms that prey on the insecurities of vulnerable people. This principle of karama says a hard no to all of it. Human dignity always comes first. Okay, so we've established that humans are accountable and their dignity is a red line. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty and see how these big ideas become specific rules that can actually protect us in our digital lives, starting with privacy and safety. Think about how much of your life is online right now. It's kind of scary, right? Well, the Islamic focus on privacy is more relevant today than ever before. There's a direct command in the Quran that says, "Do not spy on one another." Can you believe that? It's basically a 1,400-year-old data protection law, and that principle applies directly to AI-powered surveillance, data theft, hacking, all of it. Our private lives are meant to be just that, private. And this brings us to another principle that is so simple and yet so incredibly powerful. It's a saying from the Prophet Muhammad known as la darar, which basically translates data protection law. And that principle applies directly to AI-powered surveillance, data theft, hacking, all of it. Our private lives are meant to be just that, private. And this brings us to another principle that is so simple and yet so incredibly powerful. It's a saying from the Prophet Muhammad known as la darar, which basically translates to no harm. The full idea is that there should be no harming and no reciprocating of harm. It's a foundational do no harm rule that you can apply to, well, pretty much anything, but it works perfectly for AI. So how do we use la darar? It becomes the ultimate ethical test. Before we launch any AI system, we have to stop and ask this one profound question. Will this use of AI harm anyone? And harm doesn't just mean physical harm. We're talking about financial harm, emotional distress, social damage. If the answer is yes, then from an Islamic standpoint, it's forbidden. Imagine if every tech company had to pass that test first. The world would look very different. All right, now we have to talk about two of the biggest, scariest monsters hiding in the world of AI. First, the poison of human bias being baked right into our algorithms, and second, the explosion of digital lies and deception. Justice, or adil, isn't just a suggestion in Islam, it is a core command. The Quran tells believers to uphold justice even if it's against themselves or their families. Now, apply that to AI. Imagine an AI used for hiring that has learned our society's worst biases and automatically rejects qualified candidates from a certain group. From this perspective, that's not just a technical bug, it's a moral failure. It's an injustice. And that's exactly why we have to constantly audit our algorithms to make sure they're fair. Now, when it comes to truth and lies, the Islamic tradition is completely uncompromising. Just listen to this statement from the Prophet Muhammad. Whoever deceives us is not one of us. Wow, let that sink in for a second. Is not one of us. It doesn't get much clearer or more serious than that, does it? This sets an incredibly high standard for truthfulness in everything we do, including the tech we build. This principle is a direct shot at the entire industry of fake news and deepfakes that's plaguing us today. Using AI to create a fake video to ruin someone's reputation or to generate false news